what's going on, everybody? How y'all like that new opening on the Mic Council? Shout out to Pete Rock, shout out to Rap City for the inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mic Council every Sunday live 8 p.m. on your YouTube. What YouTube are you watching? Let's give a roll call. I am Karev, Heritage Hip Hop, here with my brothers. There is
DJ Kawon from the Mixtape Show, Kawon J Media.
What's going on, people? My name's Seek, representing Hello Effect Podcast. Hello, what's goody?
Hey man, what's good is hip hop culture, and today we are celebrating you, everybody that's watching this show. Shout out to Notes 82 in the comments already. Shout out to everybody who's going to see this. But it would be best if you came to join us live. So your comments can be a part of the show. We are culturally driven with no skips. Means we talking about everything, not cutting no corners. And the topic of today's show is DJ Clue said hip hop is doomed. Is he correct? I'm gonna talk to the fellas about that. Somebody got a fan on or something?
Oh yeah, my bad. I got you. I'm gonna turn it on.
Yeah, we want to talk about hip hop being doomed, and it came from a DJ at that. So for all the DJs out there, this show is for you in particular, fellas. Is hip hop doomed? Let me know what y'all think. Come on, let's go.
Man, listen, this is an embarrassment to Queens. First of all, that DJ Clue, out of all people, and I always say when it's crazy when these type of people say this type of stuff. These are the ones who milked the game, got what they wanted to get out the game. You know, Clue with the mixtapes, Clue with the Def Jam deal, Clue with the Fabulous and Joe Budden and Stack Bundles and all the artists that he basically took advantage of throughout his career. And now he's not making money like that I'm aware of. He may be doing stuff on the back end, but he's not actively making money. He's not on the forefront anymore. So now all of a sudden the culture is dead or the culture is dying. So it's another person that you add to the list that after they do what they want to do to it and get what they get out of it, now all of a sudden it's dead. So I don't ever subscribe to them when they say that type of stuff, man, because like I said, they not active. They don't care for the culture like they used to. They use it for what they wanted to use it for. They got rich off of it. And now there's no way to make extra money out of it. So now all of a sudden to them, it's like a commodity you just throw away after you're done using it up. So fuck DJ Clue.
All right. Before I give my response to it, I just want to know for context, where did he say this? Did he say this in an interview? Because I just seen a clip of him talking about something else. So I want to know if it was related to that interview where he said that, correct?
What I got, it came from a source that talked to DJ Clue, and he posted it himself on Twitter and said, "Is hip hop doomed?" or "Hip hop is doomed," and that's as a reference.
All right. First thing about DJ Clue is like, why he going around doing interviews for in the first place? That's why I don't know. You're a DJ. Spin on fucking records, break records like you a DJ supposed to do. You know what I mean? Before I really talk about his doom, I had caught a clip of him and they was asking him about the term underground. And DJ Clue was pretty much saying, now that we got the internet and stuff like this and all these resources, that term don't exist no more. Then the person that was interviewing him asked him this question. So could he play like artists that's pretty much running it? Like I think they Rock Marciano, if I'm saying that correctly. And DJ Clue was pretty much saying that, like stuttering, saying like he pretty much can't play it because the powers would be won't allow them to play it, no matter if the streets love it. You know what I mean? So that's saying something right there. So how the hell is hip hop dead if people want to hear the music? I'm blaming this shit on the DJs. Even though the DJs is blaming this shit on the artists, I'm blaming it on y'all because y'all have a huge responsibility to fucking break records. So how can hip hop be dead if it's your job to make sure it doesn't die, to keep it alive? That's why I'm fucking confused. Like, and you right. Kawon, you made a great example. He had all them artists and nobody did anything. I feel like Fabulous should have been bigger than what he is. He shouldn't be sitting on nobody's fucking couch on no podcast talking about bullshit because he could rap and he wasted his talent by sitting on that couch because I know he still want to do music. So from my point, hip hop is not doomed. It's still well and alive. They just mad upset we not rocking with the highest up no more. We done with all them big name people. It's time for us people down here that been spitting that real shit and really dedicating our life to this thing called hip hop to get they shine. And they don't want to see that shit.
That's true.
And once again, broke. That's all I gotta
That's
say.
true. Yeah, the real underground don't rock with the commercial. So we gotta stop putting hip hop as rap as rap music, as commercial rap, and then there's hip hop, the culture, right? We got to stop putting hip hop under everything. Just because they rap don't make it hip hop type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the real hip hop will never die just because people represent that culture to the fullest. You know what I mean? Now rap music may be dying, commercial rap may be dying, yes, but hip hop ain't never gonna die. So we gotta, not we, but them, they gotta stop putting all of that under the same umbrella because it's not the same.
Nah, that's a fact.
To be honest, DJ Clue, I went back to check the sources. He posted on his social media, "Is hip hop doomed?" And then as a follow up, he put hip hop music is doomed. So let me ask you this: has the quality of music really deteriorated, or is it that the mainstream has pushed garbage to the forefront and people are now looking for better music to listen to? What do y'all think?
Yo, I'm gonna say the mainstream artists putting out bullshit. They can't trick us no more. You know what I mean? Because I used to say this all the time that people was under a spell. They was too fanned out. You know what I mean? And they was too afraid to get a real opinion on these artists. Because a lot of them artists for years they was putting out bullshit, whatever projects, and people been lying like, oh, them great projects. Like for instance, we're gonna talk about something new. Like me personally, that French Montana and Max B album that they dropped, that shit was trash. I felt like that shit was a whole bunch of songs that French Montana had over the years that never made the album. So it was easy for him to throw Max B on that shit because the hype, you know what I mean? Everybody built off the hype, and that's how they fool you as a consumer. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of the stuff that you hear on the radio, like from underground, indie, whatever, they making some great fucking music, especially R&B artists. That's my point.
Yeah, I think on the commercial level, they don't make music to last. They make it for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the clicks and the likes. So they the average lifespan of an album probably is like what, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks when it drops now on a commercial level, and then we get to talking about something new. But on the underground, like you say, those artists, not every artist will throw around them $1,000 to put an album together. Or if they do, they gonna get every dollar out that album that they put into it because they know the effort and the money that it costs to create that project. So that's why the underground artists go months and months and months pushing that same record because they don't have that big budget behind them to blow millions of dollars on an album just to be hot for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you don't talk about it no more. So yeah, I think commercial hip hop and commercial rap is trash, but the underground is always gonna do good compared to them.
And I feel like a lot of them was chasing that TikTok era. You know what I mean? They was like, fuck it, yo, Wayne, we just gonna try to hop on that trend so we get that quick bag real quick. You know what I mean? And then they realized that shit wasn't working because a lot of them people that was blown off of TikTok, they was really creating music that they really do. They wasn't doing that shit just to get a viral thing. They was really that type of artist. And I felt like the mainstream artists like, we could do that shit too. No, y'all fucking can't because y'all didn't come from that area. Y'all came from going to the studio, collabing with a producer, you know what I mean, a good engineer, and making a project. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Well, how about this, y'all? Are we now seeing why labels were important? And are we seeing why the independent game is tougher than people realize by just saying we don't need this? And now they're seeing that without the monetary reach, that it's harder and the music is not harder to find. What do you think?
Yeah. So there were labels back in the day that curated artists and that really took care of them, right? And I don't mean like 50s and 60s when we were coming up. Let's say I heard the 90s hip hop. So you had the R&B labels that was Black Voices, Black Decision Makers, hip hop labels that was Black Voices, Black Decision Makers. So the music stuck, right? So yeah, you needed the label back then because you had to cut through the noise and you needed that extra push to get you out. And now the indie grind is so tough, and now you're seeing it outside of the music. You're seeing it now, and I think we kind of touched on off site. We was talking about the Hot 97 situation, how Rosenberg and them and Ebro struggling because they don't have that flag behind them anymore, so they can't book guests and stuff like that. And that's kind of like the indie artists. When these artists go to war with these labels and they want out of their contracts, and the label finally grants that to them, and they got to do it on their own. You see, they fall off just as hard as anybody else because they realize, oh wait, I don't have that team of 15 to 20 people sitting in the office pushing these buttons for me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I got to do all of this off the muscle now. So they struggle to do that. And a lot of them artists, they never had the indie grind from the beginning. They kind of just had a buzz, and that's how they got signed, right? So I think if you have the right label that could put you in the right situation, it's a right partnership, then yeah, I say go for it. You know what I'm saying? But also be prepared to go independent, because things change quickly. Those parent companies shut down departments quickly in those labels, and you'll lose a whole staff of 300 people in a week. You know what I'm saying? So now you're out there on your own.
No, that's a fact. That was only good benefits by having a label, because at the end of the day, it's a team. You know what I mean? I feel like anybody could build a good team. You know what I mean? But it's hard to find a team, so you really gotta like pretty much screen people. You know what I mean? Really follow up and do your research, because a lot of people lie just to be a part of something so they could benefit off of what you doing. Like, you know what I mean? Opportunists. You know what I mean? Or if you are paying them, there's just fake it. It's just a lot of scammy shit that goes with it. But me personally, I feel like depending on how you level your success, like, you know what I mean, like, oh, I want to be here, which would determine if you need a label or not. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because once again, this shit is hard. It is hard. You know what I mean? You do need people to help you. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody could do this shit by myself. I do a lot of shit by myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm programmed to do that. But I do have other people in places. And as I continue to grow and I'm able to accumulate some revenue, I'm gonna hire people, because I already know what it takes to be successful. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And once again, I'm always preach this: level of success ain't Jay-Z success. You could be a thousandaire. Like, stop thinking you ain't making because you ain't got $1 million. Nah, if I'm making 10,000 a month off of this shit, I made it. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all saying. But
Yeah, I agree, because you making enough to buy a fucking quart of water and a goddamn Snicker bar, that's at least something. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, for somebody who's been monetized and got demonetized and trying to remonetize, this shit is difficult. But I was talking to a hip hop artist 2 days ago. Shout out to my brother Fire Jaws. He's going viral, near viral right now with his
hold
song.
on, tell me, Fire Jaws?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Fire Jaws. And he has a song out right now, and it's damn near viral. It's called Lemon Head. You know what I'm saying? And he works with a marketing team to put his music out. And when you couple what he talks about with how much money he's put out, and then you talk to La Russell, and he talked about $350,000 he's put into himself to get his music out, to get the Rock Nation ultimately. And then when you hear other artists talk about how come when you sign to an artist, they do the same thing that their major does to them, it's because of the nature of the contract. Everything's about loans. Everything's about money. And if you don't have this money, or you don't have a plan to get yourself out correctly, then the music does not have that far reach. If you need help getting your music out, first you got to have a budget. Then when you have a budget, you have to find a team that can help you. For instance, the Hello Effect podcast. Not only do you get podcasting, but you get set up for showcases and live performances. DJ Kawon, you need some beats. You get an interview, but not only that, you get guidance on how to put together a project. You have Heritage Hip Hop, which help you with SEO, GEO, marketing planning, and how to put a roadmap together to put your music out. If you don't have people like us and the money, you're going to just putting your money on the streaming services means you have just become a hobbyist, and people may find you or they may not. So is hip hop music doomed? Maybe because it's too accessible. What do y'all think? Hey, come on, you help people put out music. Is the music game too accessible, and that's what's killing it, you think?
Yeah, I think it all depends on how you release your music. If you don't value your music, the people know that too, right? If you don't take it serious, if you just want to throw it out there in the streams, then you're going to get back what you put out there. So my thing that I always get attracted to, or if I get turned on the artist's music, is I see how they previously did work. You know what I'm saying? If I show that they made physicals or they records, or they really promoted the stuff, or they doing visuals, or they explaining their processes behind their music, that tells me that you cared about your music, and I can rock with you that way. You know what I'm saying? But if you just somebody who you ain't putting on your social media a year ago, now a new album drop, and you post a little picture of your album cover and you say out now, and I don't hear from you for another 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months, then that's a waste. That's a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Of messing with somebody, because this is an art. This is something you should be proud of. If you don't show that you're not proud of your music and you don't appreciate it, then why should the people out there?
Speak, what you got?
All right, ask the question again.
Basically, is music too accessible, and that's what's making the music doomed?
I think that I don't, like I said before, I don't think that the music is doomed. You know what I mean? Because I feel like at the end of the day, you have the choice to find what artists or what type of music you want to listen to. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things out there, but like anything that's out there, everything is not good for you. Like, you know what I mean? Everything is not good. But me, I love music. So, and I'm the type of person that don't mind judging the art. So I would, like Kawon said, I'm not looking for, if I go on your social media and you not active, because I'm active. You ain't doing this shit every day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna work with you, to be honest with you. I don't care how much money you offering, because it's never gonna work. Because I'm the type of person, come on, what we doing next? What's going on? You know what I mean? So when it comes to that thing, hip hop is doomed. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's doomed. I think it's healing. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking forward to see where it's going to be at in the future. That's
And and real quick, I don't think nothing's changed as far as how people do their music, right? It's just streaming kind of exposes it a little bit, but if we take away the streaming and we take away online, people still was pressing up CDs, right? So you just saw a bunch of CDs laid out in the street that nobody was listening to, because the people was using them as frisbees back in the day, out their car. So I don't think the quality of it changed, so I just think it exposes it more of how much of the bad quality is, because now I can go listen to somebody's music from Rochester living here in Dallas, so I can go listen to somebody overseas, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's just the streaming kind of exposes a little bit more, and social media exposes a little more, but we still technically throwing joints out the car like they frisbees, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let me ask this question though. Like, why can't we get back to constructive criticism though? Because I feel like we're in a place in hip hop where they feel like everybody could do it. Understand that people can put words together, but we still got to judge them off of that. If that shit trash, let it know it be trash. Like, they're people adults. Like, oh, no, that's not hate. People got to separate somebody giving honest feedback and towards hate. You know when somebody's hating on you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? If you don't want nobody to judge your art, don't put it out there, like, respectfully, because I'm gonna be the type of person to let you know, like, nah, man, that shit didn't sound right. If that shit ain't moving me, that shit garbage. My opinion.
That's what I saw about the La Russell thing, where he was trying to make it feel like he was being over people's head with that song that he was talking about. His engineer told him not to do, and people's like, "It ain't that, bro. We just wasn't feeling it." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why your engineer said don't put it out. It wasn't the one. And so now he's trying to make it feel like he's now trying to gaslight everybody, saying, "Oh, it's just over your head what I was trying to say." You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm just done with him, man. I don't even want to talk about that, man. I'm done with him too.
Yo, let's go to the comments. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, please, so the algorithm picks this up. And the more you comment, we want to get to 100 comments. That gives us a further recognition of the algorithm. So remember, y'all, if you're on YouTube and you're live, 100 comments makes the show go even further. So thank you for commenting. Let's go to Crown and Beats. So this is why I love Legendary Cyphers, family. The epitome of New York underground hip hop. All about the art and inspiring each other. Drums Rugged, shout out to Drums Rugged. He said, I left the corner store and the guy walked in with physical copies of his music and was trying to sell it to me. It was trap drill music, but he was out hustling in music. Yeah, and that's good. Because
now, that's like selling drugs, though. If you selling drill music, I'm good. I don't use drugs, yo. Fuck out of here. Keep that shit. Well, go sweep here in a barbershop or deliver newspapers. Other than doing, everybody gotta be musicians, yo. Fuck that.
But to his credit, though, he's out there taking those no's. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to take those no's to move on.
He need a hell no. So he can change his damn style.
let me ask y'all this question. I think this is very vital and pivotal. I think streaming made everything accessible, but let's look at it this way. disco was the shit at one time. And then the culture shifted, and then R&B and eventually hip hop came out of disco, right? Now hip hop has changed to a point where now they call everything hip hop, and it's not. Trap, drill, whatever, right? But then you also have Afro beats, you had reggaeton, you had all this stuff come out of hip hop, right? And it was a shift. Now club music, especially Jersey club, is really, really nice right now with the people's ears, especially in Baltimore, Jersey, Chicago, and Jersey club is now going to Philly. And Philly had house music and club music before, and we have like a lot of that movement going on, right? Are we now seeing a shift in the music and people are panicking because they're not making money? Or are we seeing a shift because just like back in the day, how there were millions of groups who claim they were better than Run DMC, now we just have access to them and we're finding out they're not really better, but it's just now that they could put their stuff out, we're just bombarded with all this music and it's just too much. What do you think?
Like once again, I'm loving that people are expressing themselves when it comes to like the music part of it. It's never going to be enough because like you can't tell nobody to not do something. They could just go on their computer or get equipment and record. They could be talking about, they could be doing the ABCs. Like, so, and it's all these streaming sites that allow you to put your shit out there for a fee. So that's not going to stop. It's just about you as the consumer finding quality music, something that you like. That's like if you go to a restaurant, there's a million restaurants. You're going to find the exact one that you like going after a few. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you as a consumer, get back to really judging people. Stop just liking. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking about people out there because I already know y'all taste in music, but people got to step their taste in music up. Like, stop going after the fast food type of shit. Go back to the home cooked shit that got substance. Then it won't be no problem. Then we can start identify the greats because remember, it's only remember the term like they said like if you're going to the NBA, only 1 in a million make it to the NBA. That's the same thing as music. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's only going to be a Biggie every X amount of years. It's going to be a Jay-Z X amount of certain years. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be something special about that person.
Yeah, I think to Karev's point, the panicking piece, that's the industry because you can't gatekeep anymore, right? Because there's so many. They done with the streaming and everything. They took a pin to the bubble, and now they poking up. They let them poke all these holes in the bubble now, so anybody can come in now, right? So now the artists and the people and the consumer have more control over who the next superstar is compared to the label where they had control over everything. So now that oversaturation of the game, that panics the industry now because they can't control who you really like. Now the industry is playing defense now. They kind of, that's why they want the analytics every day. They want to see who the fans are going towards, and then they can kind of move their money in that direction. So they're going to be constantly moving around, whereas before they kind of chose for us who's going to be the next superstar and who's going to be the next whatever, you know what I mean? And then throw the crumbs over there for us underground hip hop cats. So now the game is so wide open now that they're on their feet defensively while the consumers has the advantage now because we can, at the drop of a button, just put in, Berlin hip hop with an infusion of jazz, and it's going to pull up all these different lists of different type of artists in those categories that hit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think there is a panic in the industry now because they can't gatekeep as much now because they've turned that piece over to the consumer now.
But let me ask you a question. But ain't the whole thing is they system? Ain't this what they wanted? The streaming shit. So pretty much what they created is pretty much backfiring on them.
It's cannibalizing itself. That's what it's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fulfillment of the prophecy. Agreed, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Lil Mama. Lil Mama said, I think it's about adaptability. Hip hop is always going to change. It's about the substance. And that's very interesting because now it seems like with hip hop music being doomed, it seems that the people are in control and the industry can't take it. We have talked about the new artists don't make legacy forever music. They make popish music and it pops for a time and they disappear. It's sad because if you think about it, let's see. Sexy Red is known for wrestling. Shout out to Lotto. Lotto's known for getting pregnant. Who's the other girl? Glorilla's known for dating a basketball player. Meg Thee Stallion's known for her butt. It seems like nobody's known for their
and get shot
lyrics.
by Tory Lanez too.
Yeah, unfortunately. We ain't gonna touch that. Then we got theft, death, robbery, and that's the selling points for the artistry, but not the music. And it's gotten to the point where recently Trick Daddy, who will be considered a legacy artist, was doing his music at the AKA joint in Florida for the Miami Hurricanes down there in Florida. And they told him, because this is a family event, we don't want cursing and we don't want lewd language. Yet he went on there and did whatever the hell he wanted, and they boot him off stage and cut his performance.
Yeah.
So is hip hop music doomed when the upcoming artists may be facing that as they age out into the next generation? What do y'all think?
Yo, first of all, my bad. Like, what music he performing? What songs that he got? Like, respectfully, give me 3 songs he got, yo.
Baby, because I'm a thug.
What's the name of it? Give me the title of it. Like, you know.
What he got? He got Shut Up. He got
Thugs R Us. They ain't Thugs R Us.
Yeah, Thugs R Us. Yeah.
Thugs R Us. He got Nan. You don't know Nan, nigga, who got baby like me.
That's
Trick. Trick Daddy got some joints, man. He got some joints.
In the wind.
And see,
In the wind.
So shout out to the person who booked Trick Daddy, because they don't know what they was doing, because that's what I'm about to say. They set him up to fail. They set him up to fail. They knew better than that, man.
He has a podcast. That's why he got the show.
That's probably why they knew Trick Daddy the podcast, and they didn't know Trick Daddy the artist, right? So
or the chef.
Oh, the chef, yeah. So they put him in his natural element of performing live, where they gave him a hot mic, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't on television. So you get what you pay for, right? So they shouldn't be too surprised. I mean, we all knew something like that was gonna go left, but that's, you know, maybe those AKAs ain't as smart as we think they are, right?
Nah, sometimes people get caught up in the hype to the name, like, yo, this our budget. He from there. Fuck it, all right, we could get him. Everybody going, but they know damn well ain't had no clean music, yo.
Yo, shout out to the family in the comments. Pop is back. He said LaRussell's engineer was heaven sent. I think so. Y'all don't get it. That's part of the song, heaven sent. So Drones Rugged says the game is definitely oversaturated. We got Triborough Gigolo in the building. Salute to the family. We got Palaya, my brother's Palaya in there. He says, Seek, I see what you're saying, but truthfully, everything isn't for everyone.
That's true.
It's about literacy level. You can't step your taste up if your literacy level only goes so high. So Palaya say a lot of y'all niggas don't like music because y'all dumb. Hey, all right. Drones Rugged said Megan is a bit overrated. He's seen better. Haven't we all? Palaya says the AKA thing was an epic fail, and I believe that, because if you don't know the artist and if he matches your demographic, failure. Triborough Gigolo says none of the artists anymore are being recognized for their artistry unless you're an underground artist. And that's how it's always been. The underground has always pushed things forward. One more comment. We have Notes 82 says everybody is doing everything else instead of being an artist who creates music.
Can I respond to that comment about none of the artists anymore being recognized for the artistry? I mean, we're gonna blame it on the artists, because everybody want to be podcasters. Everybody want to go on airing people dirty laundry. So you don't really have a chance to really bring them on your platform to really talk about the music, you know what I mean, and get them their flowers because of those things that's happening in hip hop. Me, I feel like hip hop today's is 90% bullshit and 10% music. That's why it's really hard to find the music. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
A lot of
it's
times
hard to find
artists...
music because it's number bullshit that get pushed to the algorithm. Oh, this person had, look, for instance, the Gucci Mane and Pooh Sheisty. They not pushing the algorithm because they dropping new records and shit like that. It's some drama shit, some bullshit.
Yeah. You know, usually when these artists get on these platforms, the music is like 5th and 6th down the list. You know what I'm saying? No question. So, you know what I mean? You gotta, if you're not gonna leave with the music, you already know what that's gonna be about.
So check it out. Crowned and Beat said the art of digging seems gone for the consummate. We used to study albums. These days, the way of receiving music is like fast food. Of course.
No, but you control that though. We got to stop using that. You control what you eat, right? So you can control what music you listen to and what you're gonna listen. You ain't gotta rush it because somebody put the album on. I'm gonna get to it when I get to it, and I'm gonna let y'all know. I tried to get to that Kanye West. We'll be talking at the end of the show.
Yeah, we don't have to, but if you want to.
No, I just want to let you know my opinion. Like, you know, I told you I was gonna.
So it's Charlie World Gigolo says, "Seek, would you actually discuss a Cardi B or Megan album without discussing their personal drama?"
To be honest with you, I never listened to the old album, and I don't never plan to because, they not the type of like the artists that really talk about anything. They talk about the same bullshit, so I really couldn't get into it. Like, if like back in the day, that Eve album, yes, I listened to that shit. I could study that. That Emil album, yes, I could study that. You know what I mean? Foxy, all of them, yes. You know what I mean? But today's women's side of hip hop, I really can't. If we talking about them particular mainstream artists, I can't listen to a whole project. And that Cardi B album, that shit trash to me. I said that when I first listened to it, and I'm standing on that shit whack. And when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion album, I never listened to a whole Megan Thee Stallion album. She like one of them artists I can listen to songs, singles. That's it. You know what I mean? So I couldn't really discuss that with nobody. To be honest with you,
I say if somebody wants to listen to a Megan Thee Stallion joint, listen. Before things blew up for her mom managed her before her mom passed away, right?
And the music was better.
The music was better.
That's true.
And she had Q-Tip as like a co-sign. Q-Tip was trying to get a sign to Def Jam back in the day. So her quality of music was dope back in the day. So I say if anybody wants to hear Megan like raw, like listen to her older work when her mom was managing her.
Yeah, they was hungry at that time.
Because her mom used to be an artist, so her mom was trying to walk her through the industry without getting caught up in the bull. You know what I mean? But
her mother passed away, right?
Yeah. After her mom passed away, that's when the industry came knocking. So you can tell when the switch got flipped for her. So I know people be dogging out Megan, but I'm just like, yo, I had some old Meg joints that were fire. You know what I'm saying? Then like I said, Q-Tip was kind of like a shadow, kind of like co-signing her and trying to get her deals and stuff like that. So there's she has some joints before.
Now that's a fact. That's a fact. Because that's why I first discovered Megan Thee Stallion. To be honest with you, off of Sirius XM. You know what I mean? I had got a new car. You know when they give you the 3 months for free, and you know I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Sirius XM. That's why I feel like if people like want to get involved with radio, take your music there. They're gonna play your shit. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like connect with them. And that's when I first her first song. What was her first song? Talking about it was like a strip club type of song. That first song that she blew up. She's talking about riding like a horse and shit like that. Yeah, that's when I first heard. I'm like, who this female? Like she sounds different. She got cadence. The next thing I know, she was on radio over here. The next thing I know, she was to the moon. But once again, she is single type of person. Like I can listen to singles, but when it comes to a whole body of work, they don't put it together like a body of work. They put it together like singles. Like you understand? I'm not used to that type of rap. Put your shit together like have somebody a team pick the songs. Oh, place this song right here, then let's go after that. That's how you put together an album.
Hey, check this out. Drones Rugged said, I really dislike the fact that everybody talks about mainstream rap and not hip hop. And no, it's not all the same. Every complaint that someone has about rap music is coming from mainstream rap. And I agree. But look at what mainstream rap is faced with. The mainstream artists are all podcasting. The bag is gone. So now people are trying to hustle in hip hop by not doing hip hop music. So that's why I can see why DJ Clue says, is hip hop music doomed? Because what the world deems as hip hop is mainstream rap. Remember everybody said rap is what you do, but hip hop is what you live by culture? That was my major argument about hip hop being a culture, because I think people call hip hop a culture because it's a cool thing to say and they don't understand what culture really means. I think people are full of shit. Even people who wear book bags and break dance and graffiti and DJ, I think some of them are pieces of shit too, because they'll push a narrative instead of telling the truth. And that's why the Mic Council is here. And that's why we make shit relevant, because at the end of the day, there's people who will lie to you all day long as you pay them. And you have people out here trying to get your attention who can't get a bag. Look, like check this out, y'all. I don't know, we didn't have this on the topic, but I'm gonna bring this to y'all. Did y'all know that DJ Vlad confessed that he destroyed the podcast game on purpose so that he can have control of it. Did y'all hear that?
Mm-mm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what y'all think about this? We're going to go to the comments in a minute. But check this out. DJ Vlad said that he made it his business to pay people for interviews so that he got the exclusives first and everybody goes to him. And then that took away what people would talk about on
That's true.
On the other podcasts because they don't want to talk about the same thing over and over and over and over. So Vlad was throwing people bags. Vlad threw somebody $10,000 for an interview. Now, I'm not making $10,000 off of streaming for an interview. So, as you know, Vlad is not a podcaster. Vlad is a real estate guru, and he sells classes and does classes on real estate, and that helps fund the podcast. So he has that money to throw around, right? From housing and commercial businesses, real estate, and all that. So Vlad does that, right? Now, the Mike Council wants to interview, no, forget. Let me tell you a real story. So I reached out to Project Pat to interview him and to interview 3-6 Mafia. Project Pat said, that's cool. I'll get on there. Give me 8 racks from the door, and I'll make sure you get an hour or maybe 30 minutes with everybody. And I was like, $8,000 for 3-6 Mafia?
Man, I ain't paying. I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't paying nobody to sit down and talk with them. Y'all gonna talk talking for free.
Yo? No.
I'm about to do a record. Do a record with me.
But think about this. $8,000. And I'm not guaranteed to go viral. I'm not guaranteed none of that stuff. But they got that from me. But what did I get from them? Now, yes, it's good to have mainstream exposure on your podcast, but most of the people you interview don't post the stuff if they do with you. Most people you interview don't circle back and say, check out my interview here. Most people don't. So I bring that up just to say this. The way the mainstream has gotten so much attention, but hip hop has always been anti-mainstream, I think we're now at a point where people are trying to do anything they can to stay relevant, like podcasting, to get a bag, because now that the mainstream bag is in there, they're going to try to gut us out, the underground, the independent, and take over where it's now harder for us to keep afloat. Let's go to the comments real quick. Tribero Gigolo said the issue is the fan base of those artists grew up in the social media era. They don't want to hear a discussion about their music. They rather hear about messy drama. That's what gets the views. Palaya says, my comment was definitely not to sound like an elitist. It was geared more towards empathy. The overall culture in America most unfortunately cultivates ignorance. So it's baked in. We gotta get the rest. Crown Beat said not to speak about labels who push the artists by buying millions of plays by bots. True. Vlad is a culture vulture. It's about nothing. It's nothing but gossip and clickbait. Project Pack is bugging. I think so too. Those 82 said straight robbery, but not to me because I ain't paying it. And shout out to the Candid House photo. She said hello. Salute, says nice to see you. So fellas, what you think about what I just said?
Man,
Yo,
yeah.
which one? The 8,000?
All that.
Like
All of it. Whatever comes to mind.
First of all, nobody paying. I don't condone unless you really want somebody that bad. Don't pay these fucking people because you can get them for free. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
You muted.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
My bad. I said first of all, the 8,000. Nobody paying Project Pat. You know what I mean? Respectfully, you got some joints and shit like that, but that was many years ago. Like, and once again, you not guaranteed to go viral. If you was guaranteed to go viral, 8,000. Like, who the fuck he think people are right now? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't think nobody paying him fucking 8,000.
Right.
And then he said he guarantee you 1 hour. The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What song he got out right now? Or what was it based on? Why did you want to interview him?
Basically, it was coming off of the verses. That's another reason why I hate verses, because now everybody think they hot, they can just do shit.
Yeah.
It was coming off of the verses. They were hot at the time because of the thing, and yada 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 yada. 8,000.
Word. Nah, see, I'm not gonna lie. I'm speaking for me, and I'm speaking for the Mixtape Show. I've never, when it comes to the legacy of artists, I've never had them approach me where they wanted me to pay to interview them. I don't know if that's maybe they just love our brother's energy, or a lot of times when I approach them, or I've gotten approached to them to try to get them on the show, they kind of heard of what I've been doing, or they seen previous works, and they know when you come on the show. For me, we're just gonna talk about hip hop. We ain't gonna talk about no drama. We ain't gonna talk about your baby mama. We ain't gonna talk about none of that. And I think that's always a good place to lead.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell them, I don't want you on my show until I hear whatever new music you have. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't want to talk to be having empty conversations for me. I want to talk about the product. I want to talk about the music. So that's typically how when I book my guests is I want to know what's out now so we can talk about it. Give me some time to listen to it so I can talk about it. Because I'm not going to talk about drama because I don't let people in on my life like that. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So at the end of the day, are we doomed because the focus has changed? Like check this out. Now we talked about Gucci Mane and Pooh Sheisty. Listen, the focus is not who got a hot song. It's about getting out of a record contract, a kidnapping and a robbery, and allegedly lewd sexual acts. Like that should not be the selling point of the industry. That's legal drama, and I don't want to touch that stuff at all. What do y'all say about that?
I look at it this way because I don't, like you said, I'm not trying to get into the case or allegeds and all that stuff, but this is what happens when you sign as an artist with another artist. It's always going to be some back homeboy deal shit going on that you don't know about. You don't know who Gucci sold you off to, or allegedly, sorry, you don't know what label the artist sold you off to for some other deal and stuff like that. You've seen it happen with what's the kid name in Cali? Blueface. I guess he's signed to like 5 different labels at one time and all of that. So we've seen the story before. We've seen artists who sign with other artists not get what they think they deserve out of it. So now they want to get out of these contracts, and they just don't understand that anything in those 4 walls of that contract is considered legal and binding, and you can't get out of that unless there's some sort of out clause in that contract. And that's just the business, man. You just got to learn the business, and street tactics all the time don't work in business. You know what I mean? So that's all I gotta say about that. It is what it is. We've seen this before. This ain't nothing new.
What I gotta say on it is like, at the end of the day, like artists gotta know, yo, that man changed your life. You know what I mean? Whatever that first contract was, that first contract is what you signed. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he changed your life, got to make you, and he made you who you are. I'm pretty sure he invested millions of dollars in your career to get you to where you at. So how do you feel like the contract is bad? It's going to be fucked up like that. It was your first contract. You should have negotiated the correct way. You didn't. You got that money. He took you out the hood. I seen this motherfucker buying you track hawks, all types. You was happy until you had to sit in a box for something you did. Now you come out and want to be this, I'm a strong arm about this contract. No, you going back to fucking jail. That ain't how you handle business. You already fucked up business the first time. Now you did it again. So you got to blame the people that's in his corner, like his mother. But after seeing her interviewing, I already know why he that way. I mean, and after his father got arrested, I already know why he that way. But I want to say anybody that's young that's doing business or that's going to do business in the future, it's simple. Go get a fucking lawyer. If you don't understand the language of what you're reading, get an attorney. I can't go with that same storyline. Oh, damn, look, another person. Why the fuck y'all not learning from the people that paved the way, that still talk about this shit? It's people that's still relevant, like fucking Jadakiss and them. Everybody know what happened to them and P. Diddy, they contract and shit like that. I mean, they got jerked and shit like that. So when it comes to Gucci Mane and Pooh Sheisty, it was a business. And one last point I want to make: why they not running up in these white people offices with that same type of energy when it comes to these bad contracts? Because they've been raping us forever. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I'm getting mad. That's all I gotta say.
You should, but think about this also. As to Palaya's point, one reason why hip hop may be doomed to a lot of people. Look at the education of our people in this country. Now, I'm not just talking black people. Our education sucks in this country. You're talking to somebody who's in the education business. I am an educator. I got school diplomas and all this stuff. I did not go to school for education. I'm one of the best teachers your child will ever have. Let me tell you something. With how our country is, with parents not being able to take time to be with their children, and then the children fighting social media, if not being put on pills because they can't sit down, and then these children become the leaders of music in society. it's alleged that even Chief Keef has autism. And look at the music he makes.
I can agree.
So,
Nothing is wrong with him.
So is it doomed? Is this a societal question? How about this? Let's look at hip hop and society view, if y'all don't mind. Thank you for watching Heritage Hip Hop, the Hello Effect Podcast, and DJ Kawon on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, and make sure you comment. 100 comments puts us where we have to go, and we're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. When each 3 of our pages reach 5,000 subscribers, we're going to send you, every subscriber, something free from us as a thank you for helping us build this platform, our platforms, the platform, the Mic Council.
Dope reset.
Yep. So let's talk about it from a societal standpoint. Hip hop is broken because hip hop is also always called a young man's game. But hip hop resets every 5 to 10 years. Am I right? So there's always, after 5 or 10 years, there's always a newness. So that means hip hop does not appreciate the legacy because we don't even have a legacy. Like think about this. Def Jam at one time was the legacy of hip hop. Now you talk about Def Jam, people just think about the video game or a jacket. What happened to FUBU, Carl Kanai, April Walkaway, Esco? What happened to that? Fat Farm. We don't talk about that no more, but people know Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, and things like that because people hold on to their legacies. We have the radio is the radio. We don't own the industry, but things that we do can be celebrated and held tight, and we don't have that. Now, could that help doom the music that we don't have legacies? How do you feel about that?
Absolutely, man. I mean, like you said, if you don't have that legacy, the children don't have nothing to look up to or look forward to. They just think about selling out when they hit a certain point, right? All those outside of April Walker, I don't know about her, but I think outside of, and maybe Carl Kanai, I think he just stopped making actively. I think he's trying to come back, but FUBU and all of them, they sold. You know what I'm saying? They sold their IP and they sold their product to the bigger brands like the Nauticas and all that stuff, right? Def Jam just got absorbed by the bigger brand. You know what I mean? I think for radio side, I think Radio One is the only black-owned radio platform in radio and terrestrial radio right now, and that's owned by Kathy Hughes, I believe her name is. So we don't see that stuff going on as youth, as kids. So it doesn't exist to us, right? So we don't know about that stuff. Whereas Ralph Lauren, like you said, it's a legacy with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody sees that horse, they know what that's all about. You know what I mean? Tommy Hilfiger, they see that flag, they know what that's all about. You know, you hear Kiss FM or you hear iHeartMedia. Like that's a legacy that they have that they have to look forward to. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Once it's like once we get something, we either sell it to the highest bidder whenever it gets a little popular, and we move on and we cash out, and then they make a mockery of what we created. Look at BT. You know what I'm saying? Bob Johnson sold it to become an NBA owner, and he don't own either one of those things now. You know what I'm saying? He don't own the basketball team, or he don't own the radio, or he don't own the TV network anymore. So we just gotta stop selling out, man. We gotta keep what we got, build it, nourish it, and don't sell out to the highest bidder. It's not always about making the most money. It's about passing it on to the next generation and let them take care of it.
Sheik, what you think?
I'm gonna blame everything on hip hop. You know what I mean? We got to start taking more self accountability. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these things, brands die down because we don't support them. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We in our raps talking about Gucci, Prada. It was a bunch of dope black designers back in the day that should still be around. And these are the questions that I want to ask if I ever get to interview them. Like, what happened to you? Like, because it got to be, understand, like, yeah, people do sell stuff to the highest bidder, but I don't think that's in all cases. You know what I mean? It could be some blackball shit going on in the industry, or it could be some shit where, like I said, once again, they not supporting these people and giving these people their flowers. Because like you said, Carl Kanai, Maurice Malone, like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like we had a lot of staples back in the day, you know what I mean, that I feel that should have been around, like a Nietzsche, you know what I mean, like Jabot, you know what I mean,
Mecca was a big one. Yeah.
South Pole, you know what I mean, First Down. It's a whole bunch of shit. Pele, Perry Ellis. I could go on and go on and go on, but why they didn't survive, but it's still Gucci Prada, because every time you hear in a rap, y'all got the Gucci Prada, that'll make you better than me because you wear that shit. That shit make you foolish because you in the hood rocking that shit and you gonna become a lick. You know what I mean?
Well, check this out. I know when you design for women, you are a long-term staple in the game. Who's my man in Harlem who makes the clothes?
What happened to Apple Bottom? What happened to Apple Bottom then? Why it's not around? That shit.
We're gonna talk about it. Dapper Dan. Now people,
Shout out to Dapper Dan.
love Dapper Dan, but Dapper Dan is very expensive. But look what you're paying for, which is quality, right? Let me throw some names out there. Y'all threw out some great names.
Well, let me say something. But here true designing though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of them big names like Gucci, Prada, they hired him because you know what I mean. He was making shit like using they fabrics that they didn't have and they wanted it. You know what I mean? So he was a designer.
Shout out to Dapper Dan. So here's some names. Like I said, you said Maurice Malone, Nietzsche, right? Some of the things you named weren't black owned though. So let me give you some.
Nah, that's a fact.
April Walker, she was one of the first hip hop lines that was, known Walker wear. Shout out to her. FUBU came out in 1992, acronym for us by us, right? Rockaware, where's Rockaware right now? Don't Walmart.
Macy's.
Okay.
It's around. It's like in Marshalls, Burlington. It's like in them type of stores and shit like that. You know what I mean? Probably overseas, like how FUBU is.
Okay, so FUBU, Rockaware, Sean John, Carl Kanai, Fat Farm, Woo Wear, Echo Unlimited, and Carhartt. Those are just some of the clothing lines that were started by hip hop. That if you wear it now, everybody be like, "That's old." You played.
State property too.
Same thing. That's old. You played. That's corny. Blah blah blah. But yet we're wearing designs from a company that's over 200 years old. Think about how Wu-Tang put Clarks on the map, and Clarks are not even our people, and Clarks didn't even do a deal with Wu-Tang when Wu-Tang made them popular.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when kids was wearing Clarks, Wallabies, because Ghostface,
Hush puppies.
Yeah, like come on, yo. Then look what Adidas gained from Run DMC back in the day. My Adidas. Then you had apple bottom jeans, like you said. Shout out to that started BBL culture, whether y'all know it or not. But to all y'all girls with butts, nice butts. Look, Nelly and his pants on the jeans was something made for you because of it was apple bottom wasn't made just for him to make money. It actually was designed for hip to waist ratio. That's why it sold. So it was smart that he did that because you cater to the women, but he really catered to them by not giving them something but just a fashion with a name on it. You know what I'm saying? And then the point I'm bringing this up with hip hop music being doomed is maybe because we don't appreciate what we have in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about this. When you go to France, you go see the Eiffel Tower. You go to Les Gens Saint-Fer, whatever it's called, right? And you get you French fries, like crêpe danish, whatever, right? How many people go to New York and say, I want to go to Cedric Avenue, 1560, or whatever is Cedric Avenue, to go see the room where Kool Herc played? How many people say, I want to go to the actual park where they had the jams? How many people was going to how many people? It's like, see, everything's gone because there's no peppermint.
Probably foreigners that do that.
Who?
I said probably like foreigners, like from a different country that really.
So we need to do that.
That's what I'm about to say. You probably see that more in the foreigners who love hip hop come over here for that than us ourselves.
But we need to do that because you know what? I never went to what is it, Memphis? Memphis is where they got the country music Hall of Fame, right? Memphis.
I believe so.
I want to go there. Look, I want to visit that. Look, just like there's a baseball Hall of Fame and a basketball Hall of Fame. Did y'all know there's a hip hop museum of Milwaukee?
I learned now.
Look, I
just found it right now.
There's things out here that if we're going to keep our culture from being doomed, we have to pass this stuff off to our children. Because at the end of the day, I'm philosophical, y'all. Pardon me, but there's a part in the Bible. Shout out to Resurrection Sunday, everybody. There's a part in the Bible where Abraham did all he could to make sure his son Isaac was good. And the point of the matter is Abraham knew I'm an old man and life for me ain't going to be that long. so I have to ensure that my son is taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out here who give a damn about their kids enough that they want them to know who they are, what they mean to the world, and their legacy. And why should our culture, if you really believe as a culture, be different? They should know about how we dress, how we talk, how we walk, how we listen to our morals, values, and principles. I'll be damned if another person says that Black people, American Black people, or foundational Black Americans don't have a culture. I get tired of the N-word. I get tired of being called a kefir or a kata and all this other foreign stuff. They put us down, yet they leech off of us, and then it's us just giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's horrible. And I'm saying, if hip-hop really is doomed, it's doomed because you allow it. So the DJ Clue and everybody else that says it's doomed, it's your fucking fault hip-hop is doomed. Because as a DJ, you're supposed to find an artist and break them. As a person in this culture, it's your responsibility to teach the children what to do, what not to do, what to respect, and what to throw away. It's your fault, all you hip-hop artists out there, mainstream or not, who are let me just say that, but who are out here bouncing on wood and polishing wood to try to get on podcasts and to get on people's podcasts that you know ain't good for the culture, and to put your business out there and to be put in jail or have hip hop police or people watching you for drama instead of celebrating what God gave you, and that's your talent. You see what God said about the wicked servant who was burying his talent. Don't cast your pearls amongst the swine. Take care of your people and your culture, because if you don't, then yes, we truly are doomed. Y'all got anything to say?
Yeah, let me say one thing. I got a question. Do DJs pass the torch to like younger DJs? You know what I mean? Because I feel like DJ Clue from as a Floods on motherfuckers like, yo, give up them positions, yo. That's another thing. Go in the background, be program directors, be behind the scenes, shine a light on somebody else, because that's another thing that's probably causing quote unquote hip hop to doom, because you got them same people with them same thought processes. You know what I mean? I feel like you gotta, as the culture move and shift and as time go, you gotta start moving the pieces as well. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we all on the same wavelength. I was gonna say, for Clue to say that hip hop is doomed, look at his tree, his DJ Clue family tree. You got Clue, and DJ Envy came up under DJ Clue. Now look at Envy, he a sucker. Look at like I said, artist wise, Fabulous, Joe Budden, R.I.P. Stack Bundles. It was somebody else that he had that was I can't think of right now, because that whole Desert Storm squad. That
Philly Freck, West Philly Freck he had too, and he had Ransom and A-Team and all of them. Yeah, he had a whole bunch of lists.
So look at his family tree, and most of them are suckers. R.I.P. Stack, like I said, and the rest of podcasters. So it's like Clue is that's a prime example of why the culture is how it is. He didn't cultivate people to give back to the culture. He cultivated for everybody to take what they want. And then, you know what I'm saying, they go off and do their thing, and now they suckers, like the Breakfast Club. This is a bunch of suckers on there. I can't tap into what they're doing. You got the Podfather, Joe Budden, who, you know what I'm saying, he a sucker. What are he doing? So Clue got to look in the mirror, man. Hip hop is the way it is, because just off his branch alone, you can see the people that came up under him and what they doing.
Yeah, I want to say this also. I don't know about y'all. I don't look at mainstream podcasting, like, to be honest with you. Like I don't because I ain't into that ghetto talk show type of shit. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm only looking at individuals that's, you know what I mean, either talking about hip hop, like the artistry part of it, you know what I mean, the development part of it, and the building part of it. Not, oh yeah, this person, you heard what happens to this person, blah blah blah. And also, since I'm here, I wanted to talk about, we need to start exposing ghostwriting. Stop hiding that shit now. Since we putting out everybody dirty laundry, who's fucking who's baby mother and all this other bullshit. Let's show the people who's writing these records, so I could choose if I want to rock with that person. Because at the end of the day, that's not you. That's not your thoughts. That's not your fucking ideas. So the gig is up. That's how I feel. Fuck it.
All right, so y'all want to attack ghostwriters? That's what we doing?
Yeah, I want to see who's pen. Show the person pen. Give them their flowers. Give them their credit. Stop giving the credit to motherfucker that ain't pen that shit. I'm a writer. I know what it takes to come up with an idea and put a song together. And if I don't get credit, fuck that. I don't give a fuck how much you get paid. Put me on the record. Let me say my ad lib. Hello, so they know it's me. Don't say my name. Let me say that. Fuck it.
All right, let's go to the comments. We got Drones Rugged, who said he wore all those clothes. So he got a bunch of baggy clothes and a bag. somewhere sit in his room.
He pellied up, right?
Yeah.
Word. But pull them shits out.
We got Talk That Talk, Kawon, Suckers in Positions. Power's Powerful. Palaya says, I think y'all touched on it perfectly. The folks that were in the position of power sold us out. The cycle keeps repeating. Some responsible folk, us, must reclaim it and right the ship. Salute. Crown and B says, seeing my daughter rap along to a Slum Village song instead of radio trap rap, I know we did something positive. Yes, and salute to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. So shout out to Seek because he want to hear the Ghost Riders. So Seek, your top 3 Ghost Riders, go.
My top the Ghost Riders, anybody that's wrote any records for Drake, you know what I mean? I think my man is a Ghost Rider, Rakim, you know what I mean? And I don't want to say I like when we talk about R&B, I like the Dream pen, I like Sean Garrett pen, Street of 7 pen. There's a bunch of pens that I like, you know what I mean?
Come on, who your top 3 Ghost Riders?
Skyzoo, Jadakiss, and Eminem. Because he wrote a lot of joints for Dre.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
All right,
Dre trash.
And me, I'm gonna keep it very simple. I'm only picking mainstream dudes. My favorite Ghost Rider is the Ice Cube. He say trash. My favorite is Ice Cube, Tretch, and Jay-Z. There you go. Those
shout out the whole, okay.
And a special salute to Saha the Prince.
Oh yeah.
Nasty. Shout out to Saha the Prince. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to the end of the show. I hope y'all enjoyed today's show because this hour goes so fast.
Word. It do.
Best hour of my Sunday. I love it. I hate looking forward to work. Everybody that's on spring break next week, enjoy it. I'm just coming off of mine and going back to work. I can't wait. But we're not done yet. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the show, we have something called In Your Rotation. You got three artists. What's in your rotation this week?
All right, I got one thing about rotation. Hold on, I'm about to get it right now because I don't want to mess it up. I've been talking about him though. He's from Queens. Shout out to my boy Fame. He just dropped a project called Souls of I can't even pronounce that word. It's some part Adeliha. I don't know. You from Queens. I don't know if that's a park in Queens, but I can't pronounce this word. Look, it's right here. It's on the camera. So anybody want to check it out, it's right there.
Adeslay Park.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Yeah, shout out to my man Fame. Actually, I don't want to put the cat out the bag, but we working on something for his birthday. You know what I mean? We're gonna do like a 48-hour like rap camp. You know what I mean? Somewhere upstate New York. You know what I mean? It's more to come. You know what I mean? But we're gonna try to get like 10 artists. You know what I mean? To come down there. We're gonna have 48 hours recording session. We're gonna do mic drops, music videos, all type of shit. We're gonna have like some reality type of show, type of vibe or whatever we thinking about.
That's why.
So make sure you go support him. Tap in, man. He consistent. You know what I mean? He consistent with the visuals, with the projects. He a dope artist, man. I met him a year ago, and he been consistent. And I'm just waiting to see, you know what I mean, his growth.
That's it. You got 2 more?
No, I don't got no 2 more. I'm too busy to really be. I mean, I want to say this though. If any artists, just send me your project directly or DM me directly because I try to keep myself on a schedule with all the stuff that I'm doing. And if I'm really listen to your joint, I want to make time for it because I'm a dad, I'm a business owner, I work for myself, and I do media. And everybody know that's in this media game, that shit takes a lot of your time. And I still got to juggle everything in between. So respectful, if you're an artist and you want some feedback on a project, a song, a beat, a music video, hit me up, DM. I'm on social media all day or email me. My email is in my bio. And I mean, and we build like that. Yeah, hold up. One last thing. I apologize. I heard that Kanye West joint. I listened to it once. I ain't listened to the full thing. I skimmed through it. First listen through half of the project that I skimmed through it, it didn't move me. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I felt like it was trash. You know what I mean? I know Karev already knew it was trash from the beginning, but I'm gonna give it a second listen because I was in a car with somebody, and you know, you when somebody in the car trying to rock, they want to talk, like, you know what I mean. Not saying it's a bad thing, you know what I mean, but that's just a natural of a person. You're in the car, listen to music, you might have something in your head, you want to talk. So I really couldn't get into it, but shit trash enough.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been on my selfishness, man. I've been listening to a lot of me this weekend. It's a brother who just released a project on the West Coast. He goes by the name of Hassan versus Goliath, and I'm contributed to that one of his joints. It's a jazz and hip hop influence instrumental album. So I'm on there. It's a dope like hour and 20 minutes of just smooth, dope hip hop infused records. So shout out to Hassan. He reached out to me a while ago and heard some work I did and wanted me to be a part of that. So that's a easy listening joint. If you guys love just easy listening through the work day, check out that. It's called Dirty Jazz Volume 2. It's a dope project. I'm real hyped about this next one, man. I've been listening. I got the masters back for Boom Bap Alumni, which is going to be my album dropping in July. And it sounds incredible. Yo, I'm hype about this album. This is my debut album. And it's featuring, my Boom Bap Alumni family, Notes 82. He's on there, Trav, Lindor. I got Bad Seed featured on there. I got a group up in Canada named, what's their name? Cold Camp. They featured on there. I got my man from Dallas, Texas here, K Trey. He's featured on there. And the album sounds dope. We already got one visual done. I shot my man K Trey's verse last night. We was hanging out last night at his spot to shoot his verse for the posse cut that I got for that. And I'm hype about this album. I'm real hype for the people to hear this one. So I'm definitely can't wait. And I'm gonna have to get with y'all and maybe get on some of these Fleet DJ calls and all that to promote that. And I'm listening to another joint I'm putting together to an EP. It's gonna be called the Low Tape. It's gonna be lo-fi infused, lo-fi inspired. And it's going to be a little bit different sound for me on the production side that I'm starting to put together. So it's going to be a dope thing, man. So I've been listening to a lot of me this week.
Congratulations, man. That's what's up. I look forward
Thank
to
you.
hearing it too, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, plus we a team, so we're going to support each other. Ladies and gentlemen, my rotation is very different this week. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to E the Mad Assassin. He put out a new album called The Wave Letterman Show album. E the Mad Assassin is my guy. That's my guy right there. So salute to E the Mad Assassin. Check out his album if you're looking for some hip hop. I also got the advanced copy of Destroy All Demons by Lau Omalau. Let me tell you something. A lot of people ask, where's the political rap? Where's the conscious rap? It's right there. So when he finally releases the project Destroy All Demons, look for that. That's something that, if you like that political conscious rap, that's it right there. I'm telling you. So Lau Omalau, Destroy All Demons. The last album that's in my rotation is not a hip hop album. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know me. I don't really, but there's an international artist named Esther. He's a producer. He has an album called Francis. Let me tell y'all something. We in classic material lane with that one. If you like Leon Thomas, the Mutt dude, right? He on there, Duckworth, Thundercat. It's a bunch of singers on there. It's smooth, but it's amazing. Check out Esther, ESTA, period. And the name of the album is Francis. You can stream it. You always know what I say. Stream it, but if you like it, buy it because it's worth it. I mean, this album is definitely worth it. And I don't give my cosign easy. This is one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, what's up?
Yeah, I want to say something before we get off it for context. What is political rap for anybody that's watching and don't know what that is?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking what that is. Political rap. For anybody that's watching and probably don't know what it is.
Political rap is hip hop that focuses on politics, the news, society, period. Not J. Cole stuff when you're walking around and talking to people during the riot. It's people who talk about the cause, the effect, the solution, and the outcomes. So he's talking about government, politics, war, all the things that are political.
Relevant though today, or it don't matter?
Oh yeah, no, very relevant today.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, hip hop was deemed the CNN of the culture. Well, he's going back to that old school CNN feel where he's talking about these people, our business, handling our business against people, and making sure we stand up for our people. It's like that.
So pretty much, would you consider Public Enemy political rappers?
Yes, by far.
Okay, all right. Now I get it now. I understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
It's on that level. Shout out to Brent Fires.
Okay.
Brent Fires on Candid House Radio. Yeah. So like I said, check out that music if you like, But the one album I'm very excited for. This album came out June of 2024, and I just found it, and it is fire. Esther, one of my favorite songs on there is the song you pick because you're gonna listen to it. So with that being said, we thank y'all for joining us on the Mic Council. Before we get out of here, make sure you understand we are on the road to 5K, which means when 5,000 people, well, my subscription numbers on YouTube on Heritage Hip Hop say 5,000 subscribers, we did it. But then you have to go to DJ Kawon's page, and when his say 5,000 followers, we did it. But that's not it. That's only part 2. To finish the trifecta, you got to go to the Hello Effect podcast page on YouTube, and when he gets 5,000 collectively on all 3 pages, we're going to give you something from us to say thank you from us for spending time with us and building our platforms. Not only that, check out heritagehiphop.com. Kawon, what's your website?
DJKawonmusic.com. Music's on there, merch is on there. You can get a Mixtape Show hat. You can get the new Boom Bap alumni hats. We got hoodies, we got everything, t-shirts, jackets, everything.
See, what's your podcast? What's your own website?
My website is www.cabangers.com. That's my entertainment company that owns the Hello Effect brand and all that. So you can find everything up there, from the links to the interviews, the podcast, merch, you know what I mean, the next events, you know what I mean, all types of stuff. You know what I mean? Let's build, connect, you know what I mean?
All that. So artists, please, if you're looking to build your portfolio, your resume, and your outreach, each one of us interviews, you can do 3 shows, not just one, and build it. We all have different interview styles, and it behooves you to get as much as a look as you would like. If you need help with CEO, GEO, interviewing, or if you need help with putting out a plan for your music, you come to me. I have that. That's what I've been studying. You know what I'm saying? That's my specialty right now. You want beats, you want somebody to help you put a project together. You need someone to help you with your release. You got DJ Kawon. You have someone who could put you in showcases, not only give you a dope and fire interview, but put you in places where people will not only hear you, they will see you and you're able to touch the people. You also want to talk to Seek. Most importantly, we are the Mic Council, which means we are culturally driven with no skips. We do hip hop 100% of the time in the best way we can every time. So be with us Sunday, 8 p.m. on YouTube. Every Sunday until we tell you that we're not going to be here. And when we're not here, we still got something for you so you won't forget us. Last words, gentlemen?
Yeah, like, subscribe, share, follow, tell your friend, grandmother, brother, sister, co-worker, everybody. You know what I mean? To tap in every Sunday, 8 p.m. You know what I mean? We're going to keep y'all locked, updated with our point of views, nothing but real, our truth. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And we're going to have a great time. You know what I mean? Where is the best place to be on a Sunday other than with us? Enjoying your Sunday after having Easter egg hunts, eating all that great soul food that I'm stuffed and full. Thank y'all again for tuning in.
I am sleeping, what they said.
And with that being said, peace, and we out.
Thank you and good night. We are Heritage Hip Hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here.